I mean, I'm sure there's places like North Korea or like one of these random countries that no one's ever heard of in the Middle East with like Stan at the end of it, or like in the Amazon jungle or something like that. But in modern day, in America, I guess in the backwoods, there's probably communities like that. But this was a well-developed, first world, technologically advanced, like American town, city, place. And it was 97% of one type of people. So I thought that was different. That was my intro to being a missionary in Utah. And the other thing that was different was, you know, like missionaries in New Jersey or in like other places of the world, there's not that many members of the church in those areas. So they just have one congregation to build and to help watch over. In my first area, I had 39 different congregations in this area that I could walk to easily, like the whole thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was basically like half of your town. If you like your average town, this is really not good explanation, but if you took like half of your town, that's really bad. All right, never mind. But basically, I could walk everywhere, and I did. And me and my companion, his name was Robert Stanley. He was from Houston, and we had 39 congregations to look after and to build. And just seeing the records and the binders of like organizing all that information, that in itself was an entire administrative experience that completely changed my whole life. That I would never have gotten that experience in any other way. And I just happened to randomly end up in this situation. Of course, it was it was God's plan, but yeah, it changed everything in my whole life, the way that I had to deal with that situation, because me and my partner, my missionary partner, he and I both got put into that area at the same time. Normally, it'll work like there's one person who stays in an area and a new person comes in. That way there's like a continuity of relationship between the people in the area and the missionaries. But in this area, we both got there at the same time. So we didn't have any idea what was going on. We didn't know anybody. We didn't know any of the members of the church there, or any of the people that the previous missionaries were teaching. We didn't know what all these books were and all these records, and it was just wild. It was just wild how we had to handle that situation. And there were so many awesome, interesting experiences throughout that like I can't remember all of them right now, obviously. But I just want to make this video series because these are untold stories. Like, that was 12 years ago or 11 years ago, and I've never told anybody any of these stories. Like, I've told here and there, like little bits and pieces, like barely though, like literally like 1% of my possible stories that I've shared from this time in my life, I have shared. And like 99% of that has gone unshared because just the circumstances of my life for the past decade. So I haven't had the time or the energetic bandwidth to really talk about all this stuff. So now I do, and now I'm going to. So all those journals that I threw away, no one read those. 1,000 pages of information and stories that no one's ever seen or read or heard of. So I'm going to share it now.